And welcome back, everybody, to All Sports Uncut, where we talk about the sports and nothing but the sports. So help us
with the sports.
Sports?
Sports.
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 Sports. Sports. Sports.
Sports.
There we go.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome
Pitch
back.
this
I'm
week,
back.
guys.
I'm back. I'm back this week. I'm here to hang out with you lovely, beautiful people this week. Sorry I couldn't make it last week. I had some important things I was attending to, but I'm back. I'm ready to go. I got my list. I got my other list. I've got the list here. I've got some fantasy moves too that, I was proud of that I made.
The list.
You're not Chris Jericho. You can't put me on the list. I'm sorry.
Put you on the list.
I'm sorry. You can't do it. No. Anyways, first, let's give an honorable mention to Mr. Chase Elliott on Sunday, who won the NASCAR Cup Series Championship. Congratulations, sir. You drove faster than everyone else this year.
In a circle.
In a bit. No, sometimes they do road courses. They make lefts and rights and stuff. But, those cars are built to, haul ass in a circle, man. It's tough business. They're in there for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. Can't go pee. No water breaks. Bro, it's a tough gig. Imagine you get hungry. Imagine you get a tummy attack while you're in the middle of that.
Imagine you had a Taco Bell before all this.
I know, you got to do it astronaut style.
Ugh.
But anyways, congratulations to you, Mr. Chase Elliott.
Congratulations, man.
Also, let's talk about a little bit of news oops. Sorry, I hit the table. I know. I'm so excited to be back after missing last week. Yeah. So, I will hit whatever I want. But anyways, let's talk about some news in the NBA. Just some little things.
So we put out on the Instagram page that basketball is coming back for this upcoming season. They will be back on the 22nd of December for a 72-game season.
So they're chopping 10 games this year, but they're losing a couple weeks, so give the players time to rest. Free agency is going to open on the 20th, so it's going to be a quick free agency. Yep. No off-season ball. You're not going to see none of the D-League dudes or anything like that.
No, I think it's going to be
it's going to be straightforward. So free agency is going to be wild, and it's going to be fast, and there's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing, so we will try and keep up as much
as we can,
as humanly possible.
This is a very how do we say this, interesting time for the sports.
Yeah, so it'll be intriguing to see.
And also in some basketball related news, we did have Chauncey Billups signing with the Clippers to become their one of their bench coaches, as well as Mike D'Antoni, the former head coach of the Rockets, will be signing with the Brooklyn Nets to become the assistant head coach, joining Steve Nash once again in Brooklyn.
So we will see how that moves on. And also, really quick topic, just because I love it, this week is the start of the Augusta National Golf Tournament. It's the Masters, baby. It's the big one. Tiger Woods coming in as the defending champ. Tiger making his valiant first victory in a long time last year.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can retain. It's, and Augusta is an immaculate golf course. Immaculate. That golf course lives better than most people live in their entire life. It looks fake. It looks like everything's perfect.
Yeah, it does.
The water is even perfect.
Yeah.
The water is perfectly still, and it just, you look at that and you go, that is some water right there. But it's a great tournament to watch. Very exciting. A lot of wild things can happen at the tournament. There's some heavy favors to win. Obviously, Tiger's kind of in the middle class of people to defend. I want to see my man Tiger.
I'd like to see him get another green jacket, personally.
Yeah, get him another one. Keep the legend going. But
how close is he to Ron Palmer right now?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. We have to look that up. Why didn't you tell me this beforehand?
You
got to drop this on me right now. Come on, I'm not prepared for that question.
It just kind of hit me out of the blue. I didn't think about it, and then
I'm going to hit you out of the blue. Let me tell you something. You hit me like that one more time. But anyway, so starting on Thursday, we will give you the updates and results in some of the spots and where our boy Tiger finishes, because we're putting our money on Tiger, right?
Yeah, Tiger Woods, y'all.
Even though they have guys like McIlroy, heavy favored, Dustin Johnson, all those. There's a lot of guys who are a little heavier favored to win, but he's Tiger. You can never count him out,
He's Tiger Woods, y'all.
Anyway, so let's get on to some NFL-related news and business here. First one, Kyle Allen, his season is done. He's having surgery on his dislocated ankle, pulling Dak Prescott. And Alex Smith will become the starter for the rest of the season.
hopefully that leg can hold up.
Yeah, which begs the question, do you think in this upcoming draft, the Washington Redskins, that's right, I said Washington Redskins, are going to be trying to swoop a quarterback?
You know, they took Dwayne Haskins a couple of years ago in the draft. I think only like 2 years ago. The kid is actually pretty good. I think he just needs to be in a system to where the coach can really help the quarterback. Unfortunately, he's not in the right team.
Basically out of the NFC East.
Yeah.
Sums it up.
Yeah, they need to go out and look for a quarterback, someone who can really play that division. But you know what? Look at the other big-name quarterback that signed in the NFC East, Mr. Carson Wentz, and look at what happened to him. He is now Mr. Mediocre.
Yeah, no, he has become mediocrity this year, that is for sure. Anyways, moving on, Nick Chubb is officially off of the IR. He has 3 weeks to return, and they are hopeful that he can return this week for their game. So for all you fantasy owners, me, who have Nick Chubb on your team, keep the updates of looking out of him potentially playing. Like I said, they're slotting him to play already.
They are slotting him to play.
But how much they're going to use him, I don't know. I say you just go full bananas with him and let the chubby one do what the chubby one does.
But do you really play someone coming off the IR like that and just say, go ahead, here's 30 carries?
Well, I mean, he's got Kareem Hunt. I mean, they're not going to give him 20, 30. But I mean, if they give him a solid workload of anywhere, I'd say between 12 and 15, 16 carries, I think Nick Chubb can handle it. Just giving everyone the chubby up and down the field as he goes. Right. So that is to look out for. Also, news with the Browns: Baker Mayfield has been placed on the Cobra Kai list because he did come in close contact with someone who recently tested positive for associating with Cobra Kai.
Also, speaking of Cobra Kai, we do have Big Ben and 4 other Steelers going on the list as well.
on the list there as well. Again, getting close with peeps who get down with Cobra Kai never die.
No mercy.
There's no fear.
In this dojo.
That's right. Cobra Kai never die. And then anyways, also moving on. Sorry, we're kind of power through because we do have a lot of news. All the NFL owners unanimously voted on approving of the playoff expansion in the event that they lose important games and meaningful games to Cobra Kai. This year, they've in the off season they expanded from 12 to 14 teams. Now they've upped it to 16 teams in this playoff expansion. So pretty much they will have 8 teams from each conference. Or actually, I think it's 7 teams from each conference, and then they're going to slot 2 in there where if they meaningful, I don't know if it's going to be conference particular or just record particular, but it's going to go to 1 game, and they're all 1 game eliminations. So
kind of like how the NBA kind of did it.
Yeah, and then next on our list here, I'm going to shuffle these 2 for the bottom here.
Okay, go for it.
First one, Trayvon Diggs of the Dallas Cowboys is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken toe. Personally, I think he can just tape it up and go get him because...
What was the big toe, though?
Now, if it was the pinky, I can understand. I mean, you can go without the big toe. You just slap that one to the other toe, and you're good. Put a little splint on, you give him a bigger cleat, put some padding on it, he'll be fine. But if it's the pinky toe, you're done. Game over with the pinky toe. Yeah. But anyways, next, also, J.J. Watt potentially leaving the Texans after the season in pursuit of a rightfully deserved championship ring.
Yeah, that was kind of big news that I kind of heard about. J.J. Watt, man, if you are leaving the Texans to go ahead and go chase a ring, where does J.J. Watt go?
It's a toss-up. You could say it's going to be how much pay is he willing to lose? Because obviously, if he's going to go to a Super Bowl contending team, they're not going to pay him what Houston would pay him, obviously. They'll pay him rightfully, but they're not going to pay him what he's expecting. Money. Yeah, don't get me wrong. J.J. Watt is at the tail coats of his career, and he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he's been around for about 12 years now?
I think so, and still just as not as crazy as he was before when he was catching touchdown passes on the offense as well as the tight end. Or being JJ Swat, leading in swats per
What about if you can get the Watts together in Pittsburgh?
Watts together in Pittsburgh, that would be cool. Brother playing with brother, kind of like the 2 brothers on the Patriots.
The McCarthy brothers.
Yeah, McCartney brothers. Yeah, playing safety. Together, which is pretty cool. Or even in Seattle,
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think Griffin. Griffin, Shaquille Griffin, and Shaq.
There you go. Yeah, Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin brothers. That'd be cool to see. That's always nice to see pan out. I mean, Pittsburgh would be nice. I mean, Kansas City.
What about San Francisco?
I don't think San Francisco would draw him as a Super Bowl running team. I think he's going to go with a team that's heavy hitters. And right now, San Francisco's team is dwindling away, although they are getting a lot of their key.
Well, I'm thinking about next year. I'm not thinking about right now. I'm thinking next year.
But next year, I mean, even still, I mean, you're still going to have those guys, sitting, it's the same team. I mean, 49ers could be a good place for him to go. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, even right now, looking, Green Bay could be a good spot for him to go because Green Bay is playing strong right now too. Ravens. I mean, he's going to go somewhere that's going to be an all-in mode.
Yeah.
That's simple. So but we'll see. He could just ride out his career as a Texan.
True, he could.
Who knows? So we'll see because I don't know.
Or maybe the Texans do right by him and load the team around him.
Yeah, I mean, they're unloading this year. Maybe they're going to reload next year in this coming offseason and make some acquisitions because there's a lot of big names going into free agency, if I'm not mistaken, this coming year. Yeah. And then this last one, I saved this one for last because it's a good debate topic, and we love a good debate. Is Drew Brees the new GOAT? After his dismantling twice of TB12 this year.
Yeah.
Leading in every statistical category a quarterback could lead in, with the exception of interceptions, because no one's going to touch Brett Favre's record on that one. Is it fair to say that Drew Brees is the actual GOAT and not TB12?
I want to say yes because of the stats. Stat-wise, yes, I think he is the GOAT. But at the end of the day, it comes down to hardware. And Tom Brady has got 6 of them.
I know it comes down to hardware, but that hardware also comes down to the team. Because football is a team game. Perfect example, the Rams lost last week to the Dolphins. The Rams outgained the Dolphins 450 yards to 120. And they lost 28-17. What is wrong with that picture? When Tua time didn't even pass for over 100 yards. The defense played spectacular, but the Dolphins' defense and special teams came to play. All right, they came to play. Simple as that. And it's all a team. Hardware is all a team.
I understand that.
One guy's not going to win your team hardware. I'm sorry, like Joe Burrow, he's not going to win the Bengals hardware on his own.
No,
they need a team to win the hardware.
But let me explain myself. Let's go back to the first Super Bowl that TB12 won. It's a heartbreaker for you. It's a heartbreaker for me. But the thing is that he led the Patriots in the fourth quarter to come back and win that game. He set up Adam Vinatieri to win that game.
True.
Even in the game versus the Panthers, he came back and won that game as well. When it was the 28-3.
Yeah. They led the drive, but the defense had to stand up too.
I understand that, but it takes a special quarterback. But when we let's think about this. Let's think about the Niners, the dynasty the Niners have, and what do you remember the dynasty of the Niners? You remember the catch from Joe Montana to Dwayne Clark, and it was Joe Montana. When the Broncos won their Super Bowls, it was John Elway diving in for the touchdown. When it comes down to Peyton Manning, it comes down to what Peyton Manning did to win that first Super Bowl, and also what he did to come back and win his second Super Bowl.
No, hey, I get it, but at the end of the day, if in my personal view and opinion, right, that's what's great about it, because it's mine. It doesn't affect anyone else but me, and all I can do is just show you the light of my opinion, and maybe you'll see some side to agree with me, is the fact that Drew Brees is leader in passing yards, leader in passing touchdowns. The dude is leading every category you can lead as a legacy in the NFL to set records. See, in my opinion, if you are the GOAT, you are the one who set the records. Forget the hardware. Because to me, the hardware is the team, right? The hardware is the greatest team in there. Because, the facts of this, Kobe couldn't do it by himself.
No,
he couldn't do it by himself. And at the end of the day, I think the GOAT is defined by personal stats. I think it is, one, personal stats, and also, being considered as one of those GOATs of trend setting for the game. Because Drew Brees plays quarterback like a quarterback.
Yeah.
And you have, guys who are behind him who are up and coming, like Patrick Mahomes, who is setting blazing numbers. Just passed Dan Marino, the fastest quarterback, to 100 passing touchdowns. By the way, he's owning that record. So I think right now, as it sits, Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback of all time. Beat me in a fight over it. I will glove up, and we will verbally throw down.
But that's what's really good is that we are able to have these opinions to talk about, and that's why sports is great.
Yeah, sports, because you'll never please everyone in your sports. So, and if you have a different thought or view, put it in the comment box and challenge your boy, because I will debate you until the world ends, because you can't out-debate me, because I'm the master debater, and that's that. So let's move on.
Yeah. Let's move on to football.
Football, yeah. Let's go through our recap of last week's games. You sure you got the right recapture there? You sure? Or you just want me to,
Yeah, week 9. Week 9 right there.
Oh, week 9? Okay, cool.
Yeah. We both decided to go...
the scores.
Well, we both decided to go 8-6 this week.
Yeah, we both tied. We both went pretty even across the board. So
I had some games where I thought I was going to pull out the win, and then you had some pull out wins as well. So
yeah. So
Oscar, by the way, Jets didn't come up. Good for me.
No. But hey, you know what? That Jets green is money.
Yeah, it is.
That looks clean. Those helmets, my God, those are nice. Call it dirty money green.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's just give a quick recap. The Packers crushing the 49ers 34-17. The Falcons beating the Broncos in what I feel was a good contest of 34-27. Surprise, the Bills. The Bills went and slapped the Seattle Seahawks 44-34 in their Titans and the Bears. Titans winning 24-17. A little worried in that game. And then Colts letting me down against the Ravens, 24-10 Ravens. I thought the Colts were coming, looking strong, and then the Ravens pulled it out.
The Ravens have something to prove. That's the reason. That's the thing.
Yeah, so they played strong. This game worried me. The Chiefs and the Panthers. The Panthers were leading, by the way, and the Chiefs were slacking off. And then I think Patrick Mahomes in the last quarter just said,
I'm Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Mahomes, because the Panthers had more possession. The Chiefs only had 22 minutes of possession for the whole game. And Patrick Mahomes just laid down the law. He just pulled it out, laid it on the table, and said, let's do this.
The game I was surprised about that came back and won, the Vikings getting a win.
Over the Lions. Yeah, they ran away, but Matthew Stafford went out with on concussion protocol in the game as well.
Yeah, but
still the quarter. But anyways, moving on next, the showdown of showdowns. We have the New York Giants versus the Washington Football Team. Danny Dimes squeaking it out, 23-20. Steve, they're on the up and up, tied for second. It was a three-way tie for second place in the NFC East.
God, that's such a bad division.
I saw a thing today. You ready for this? You ready for your mind to be blown?
Wait.
What I mean...
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so...
Wait. No, I'm ready.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Wait, they're not ready.
Okay, hold on. I'll wait for you guys to be ready.
I think they're ready now.
Okay. The Philadelphia Eagles statistically have a better chance of winning their division and making it to the playoffs than the Pittsburgh Steelers do. Yes, they did the math. The Eagles have a better percentage-wise overall chance of winning their division and making it to the playoffs than the Pittsburgh Steelers do, who is undefeated still, by the way.
I don't know what to think about that. That guy just blew my mind.
Yeah, see, I told you it's a mind-blowing... Well, think about it. Look at the Eagles' division.
It's garbage.
It is a garbage fest. By far, the Eagles are probably the best team, followed by the New York Giants.
which should have been the Cowboys, but the Cowboys just
have a bunch of inner turmoil that if we try and get into, we might open up Pandora's box and things are going to go bad. And someone already did that for this year, and we don't want to do it again.
Yeah. And the Washington football team is...
Yeah. But look at... So all they have to do is win the division and they're in the playoffs. Because no one's making the wild card from that division.
No!
But, okay, look at Pittsburgh's division now. Mm-hmm. You have the Ravens, who aren't far behind them. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have the Browns, who are tough contenders, and you have Mr. Joe Burrow and the Bengals, who have been in every single game. Joe Burrow has single-handedly kept that team in every game, and they beat the Titans. They beat a heavy contender.
You did.
Right? Look at all the records that the Steelers... If the Steelers go on a 3 or 4 game losing slide, they could be out of playoff contention. Their chances are a lot lower than the Eagles.
Wow.
Because think of all that. Look at all the records around the league. They're so close. I mean, literally, look at the NFC West. You literally have Seattle in first place at, I believe, 5-3 right now.
Yeah,
5-3. The Rams are also 5-3. The 49ers, I think, are
3
No. The 49ers are. I think they finally hit 500, or they're under just a little.
They're right there.
And then the Cardinals too. Everything's close. Look at all. I mean, even the AFC South. You have the Colts at 5-3 now. You have the Titans at, I think, 6-2 or 5-2. Mm-hmm. You have, everyone is so close.
Yeah, the top 2 teams in every division are right there with each other.
Yeah,
which is great.
And then you have the Dolphins on the up and up, which we're going to get into because that was just the Fins looking... Which, by the way, Tua Time has been a hot acquisition for fantasy football right now.
He?
Yeah, he finally showed his stuff, and he is a hot acquisition right now. He's actually probably... I think he's the top added person right now as far as at least quarterback positions go. Because, skill position players are getting hurt and flipped around left and right more than you change your socks.
Yeah. But to move on to the rest of the games.
Yeah, moving on to the rest of the games here. So we did Lions, Vikings, Texans, and Jaguars. Again, a good AFC South contention against 2 teams, but Texans pulling it out. Okay. In my opinion, the game of the week, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers. It literally came down to the end. The review of the catch in the end zone. And at least when I was watching it, there was a lot of back and forth as far as what was the right and correct call. There were some people out there saying he had possession until he was on the ground, and then the Raiders guy pulled it out of his hand, so it should be a catch because his full body was on the ground while he still had possession of the ball. And then you have the official ruling saying he did not maintain possession throughout the entire catch. I know you're happy with the result and you're not going to fight it, but there are some people out there who do think that maybe the Chargers should have gotten that touchdown call because he did have both feet in bounds. He had a knee down. He had an elbow down. He had his whole side down. But they still, kind of like the Des Bryant catch.
Yeah.
Was it a catch? Was it not a catch? It's
that rule is so...
It's a cookie cutter.
It's so unclear that it's clear and it doesn't make sense enough.
Because what defines the end of the catch?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just in my opinion, if your whole body is on the ground, that's the end of the catch.
Yeah.
Whether you're still moving or not, the second you have a knee, because you have both toes down, you have both feet down. He had a knee down. He had an elbow. He had his whole side down. He was down.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with the fans. Trust me, because I get it, I understand it, and I remember we've had our own calls go opposite way of us. But the thing is that this rule really needs to be looked at.
Yeah, it needs to have an ending definition point.
Yeah, it's so unclear, it's so murky that you can't make it like a heads or a tail. Is it a catch? Is it not a catch? There's so much indecisiveness. Okay, he went to the ground, he had control of it. Done. That is end. Period. It's a catch. Or he needs to have continuous control of the ball to the ground through the slide, through the stands. He's having a hot dog and a pint of beer.
Yeah, because and it comes down to this too. when a running back runs the ball, the second his knee or elbow touches the down,
That's it.
he's down. If his knee goes down and someone hits the ball in his hand, he's down.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for a wide receiver. He catches the ball in the flat. Let's say he catches the ball in the flat. He goes 15 yards, and then all of a sudden the guy from behind him pops it out. What happens? It's a fumble.
Yeah, but the second that 2 feet touch inbounds, a knee touches, an elbow touches, and you are touched by another person, you're down. They really need, because that's one of those rules that make people go, the refs control the outcome of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that is one of those rules that doesn't have a real, like the tuck rule. It didn't have a real definition as what the tuck was, because every quarterback under the sun could be going forward and then bring it down, right? Could be going.
We made jokes about it in 2001 or in 2000. We're just going to run like this.
Yeah, because it's the tuck rule, but there's no definitive, line that says, okay, this is where that rule stops.
Yeah.
Which NFL needs to go out. And really quick, you asked me to remind you about this. You had a quick tangent you wanted to do with a prediction from a specific sportscaster about your Raiders at the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. I know you wanted to hit it really quick about them calling your team going 13 or 3-13.
So Colin Cowherd,
humble pie.
So Colin Cowherd, you went out and you said that the Raiders were a mediocre team for this upcoming season. That their best they could probably do is 3-13. As a fan, that was really kind of like F you, because last year we were in a lot of games last year, and we were very competitive, and we didn't get worse, we got better. And for you to say, 3-13 is about right. No, eat some humble pie, bro. These Raiders are here to play. They're here to play hard, and they're playing well. So that's all I gotta say to you. Hope you enjoy that humble pie.
They're still not winning the Super Bowl.
Shut up.
Moving on, Steelers and Cowboys will chalk up the Steelers for their one sloppy, ugly win for the year.
And it was ugly.
Yeah, no, the Cowboys had the lead for the entire game until the fourth quarter. Shocking, but they're all saying Big Ben was nursing a knee injury.
I'm sorry, I gotta have quick. So I'm at work watching the highlights of the game because I can't watch it on TV because they don't put it on TV. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what in the actual heck is going on with the Steelers? Mm-hmm. And it's real funny. My manager, I went up to him like, so, how about them Steelers? He's like, shut up.
Shut up.
You shut up. And he comes up to me after the end of the game. He's like, how about them Steelers? I'm like, I'm not a Steelers fan. I was just trying to get a rise out of you. But, wow.
Yeah, man. No, but like I said, they were saying Big Ben was nursing a knee injury. And Big Ben, if he's hurt, I mean, he's just going to, his big-bodied self is just going to
keep going,
muster through it. But moving on, another surprise upset. Mm-hmm. The Finns sliding past the Cardinals 34-31. The Finns looking like the real deal right now.
Yeah,
they look good. They got a winning record. They're, I think, a couple wins behind the Bills. They
could make a push here.
The Jets are still the softest team in that division and in the league, and the Patriots have become the new Dolphins as the third
running mate,
third powerhouse of that. They've kind of
you're right.
How the mighty have fallen.
The Saints,
the Saints and the Bucks. The Saints destroying, dismantling, showing every weakness that the Buccaneers possibly had in their 38-3 dominance. I'm not even going to say win. That was dominance right there. That was just...
That's what started our rant earlier.
Yeah, and Tom Brady, worst game of his career, I think. There was one point in time, at the beginning of the game, the Bucs had 4 drives and only ran 12 plays. They had 4 direct 3-and-outs, and then the next drive, they go 3 plays to throw an interception. Tom Brady at one point in time was 2 for 7 with 11 yards and 2 picks.
Wow. Yeah, and speaking of Tom Brady, his former team, the Patriots, beating up on the Jets, which, oh man, Oscar, I hope you were watching the game. I thought they had the win.
He texted me right after saying his team remains perfect still. So, did you see the slew of pictures people putting up of Jets fans tweeting that they were mad that the Jets were winning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, that was funny. Good stuff. I mean, hey, they're trying to...
Trevor Lawrence is going to look good in green.
What are you talking about? He's going to stay in one extra year. He doesn't want to go to the Jets. He's gonna actually play out his full eligibility in college. He's going to be like, who am I going to? The Jets? Nope, I'm going back to college. Let's go.
One more year.
Yeah,
one more year.
One more year. So, looks like he's going to have one more year. Clemson, right? Yeah, Clemson. Yeah, he's going to have one more year. That's the dude who looks like Tyler Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Anyways,
with that beautiful blonde hair.
That was our review of Week 9. Let's move on to Week
Oh, and also
10.
real quick, the totals right now are as close as your shave yesterday.
Thank you.
Which Pip now sits at a record of 49-35. I sit at now a total of 50-35.
We are right
there.
Right there. How do we have the same amount of losses?
But I did all the math. Math equals up, right?
But again, how do you have one more game than I do?
I don't know.
I demand a recount.
And there you go. Here's your count. Recount if you feel like it.
Florida 2004 again. Let's go.
Or election 2020. But let's talk about Week 10 in the NFL here.
Yes.
We have here. Let me get my pen. Let me get my trusty pen here.
Here, I got a pen for you.
Oh, gracias. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So this week we have the Colts traveling to the Texans. Interdivisional game again. What do you got and why? Talk to me.
It's going to be, I mean, they're still showing it competitive game, but I will have to go with my boy King Henry and the Titans. I know the Colts coming off of a tough, beating by the Ravens, but I was really wanting to see, Phillip Rivers have a little career resurgence in Indy, and I think the Colts as a team just aren't.
They're not there. They're not at that level yet.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the Titans' defense isn't the most bolstering thing in the world, but when Ryan Tannehill, who had a career resurgence and is still going strong, and King Henry decide to get going, their offense is
phenomenal.
A juggernaut.
Next game, we have another individual.
Wait, hold on, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Titans. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Okay.
I got to take King Henry. King Henry's going to run all over the.
Yeah.
Next game, we have the Broncos traveling to Las Vegas to face my Raiders. Who you got and why?
I'm going to go with the Raiders on this week here. I know it's going to be a tough game, but I think overall the Raiders are the better team. They have the better defense. They have the far better offense. Darren Waller, next to Travis Kelce, he's the best tight end in the league right now. Nelson Aguilar has
had a nice little resurgence in his
even
career.
Hunter Renfrow is starting to come up and emerge through the ranks. So, and then Josh Jacobs, he's a top level running back this year. So I think that Raiders are going to take this game. I'm
also going to be taking the Raiders because they're on my team. Also, I think Max Crosby is going to have a hell of a game. I think he's going to really disrupt the quarterback for Denver. I know it's not Locke. I forget who it is.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on.
We have another, I think it's going to be an interesting game. We have the Texans going to Cleveland. It's going to be a little cold up there in Ohio.
Old Brown Town.
But we have the Texans at the Browns.
Nick Chubb's coming back. I think Baker Mayfield will be free and clear of Cobra Kai in that time. And again, the Texans are that team that they have the offense, they just don't have the defense. I'm going to go with my man, the chubby one, Nick Chubb, and the Browns. And Kareem Hunt, he's going to be kicking people all over the place.
I have a weird feeling about this game. I think the Browns are going to play underneath themselves as like this.
They're going to play down?
They're going to play down to the Texans. And I think the Texans are going to catch them on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Texans on this game.
There you go.
Next game, we have the Washington football team going to Detroit to play the Lions.
I'm going Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going to go Detroit too.
I mean, Alex Smith could, come back strong, have a little, could make a track game out of it. I'm going to say I'm picking the Lions, but I'm calling it track game of the week.
Next, we get the Jags at the Packers.
Packers. I don't even have to say
anymore. It's going to be cold up in Wisconsin.
The frozen tundra.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Coming your way. Packers are favored by 13.5 points, by the way, for all you betting folks out there.
Next game, we got the Eagles at the New York Giants.
You know what?
Does Danny Dimes got one more in him to take out the Eagles?
I think whoever wins this game
are they taking first place?
Is going to retain first place.
Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, so...
Let me do a quick...
Yeah, because they're both... No, sorry. The Giants will take over second place. They will still be in second because the Eagles have that tie, but they will have the same amount of wins. Going with my boy, Danny Dimes. That's right, Steve. Picking Danny Dimes. He's on it here right now. He's rolling heavy for us, and we're going with the Danny Dime train. Woo!
I'm going to take the Eagles. Sorry, Steve.
Oh, God. Why? Why are you picking the Eagles?
Why am I picking the Eagles? I think the Eagles, by far, are probably the better team. Carson Wentz and Danny Dimes. I do like Danny Dimes more, but I just think the Eagles have more to put out there than the Giants do.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll see. Let me eat some humble pie then. Next game, we have the Bucs at the Panthers.
I'm going to go with the Buccaneers because, let's be real, Tom Brady is going to be angry.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
He's going to put on his angry eyes, and he is going to show us why he is TB12.
Why he is the most underaging man in NFL history.
That dude, I think he's
getting better.
He looks better now than he did when he was in the league from a physical standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, he was just kind of goofy, weird looking. Now he's a handsome son of a gun, that guy is. He's trying to get a little bit of that Jimmy G rub, you know?
Yeah, but Jimmy G's like, no, stay away.
Jimmy G is the most gorgeous man of all of football. They should come out with an award, and it should be the most gorgeous man. The MGM award, Most Gorgeous Man award.
Mm-hmm. Next game we have on the tab here, we have the Chargers traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins.
And to a time.
This is going to be probably the best game of the week, I think. Because you got Herbert, rookie, going against Tua, the rookie.
And
which rookie?
The Chargers
rookie.
The Chargers aren't a terrible team.
No, they're not. They're not a terrible team at all.
Their defense is stout.
They have more.
To a degree.
The Chargers have more weapons overall than Miami does.
I know. I want to pick the Fins because they've disrupted me 2 weeks in a row, but I think Tua Time's got to eat his first L. I'm going with my man Herbert Ice Cream and the Chargers.
So Pip's going to take the Chargers. I'm having a hard on this one.
I know it's tough, but I'm just going with my instincts, and I also like to look at the betting lines here.
What is the betting line?
Miami is favored by 2.5 points to win this game, by the way. So that's down to the mighty field goal, which means most of the time when it's that close, it's. I always like the other team when the game's that close.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers as well in that game for the simple fact that the Chargers have a better overall team.
Yeah.
Next game, we got the Bills traveling to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Yes, taking on the good old Cardinal. I'm picking the Cardinals.
Really?
Yes, I'm picking the Cardinals.
You're not taking Bills Mafia?
No, I'm not taking Bills Mafia, and here's why. The Cardinals have established themselves as a passing team.
Correct.
This year. And Kyler Murray is... Not only can he throw the ball, he can run like the wind. And the Bills do have one of the worst passing defenses in the league. They can stop the run very effectively. But against the pass... They're in the bottom. I believe they're in the bottom 10 against the pass, and the Cardinals have a fantastic defense throughout. You still have Patrick Peterson at corner. The dude's a shutdown.
Still,
and then you have Budda Baker running amok at safety, just crushing people. And I think that the Bills. Bills are a great team. The Bills are the real deal, but I think the Cardinals are going to outgun them in this game.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. And I think they're going to be pissed about the loss to Miami as well.
Yes.
So I'm also going to take the Cardinals in this game as well. Okay, so next game we have the Seahawks traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams.
The Rams. Yes, Rams coming off their bye week.
Which they probably really needed.
They needed so they could dwell on it. And this is the part of the schedule where we're going to see what the Rams are really made of. Because the first half of their schedule, they swept through the NFC East. They did have a tough matchup against the Bills. That was probably their toughest matchup thus far. Mm-hmm. And then the Finns kind of gave them, the reality check that, yes, they got, they played the 49ers. They got beat. But I think this would be good. I got to go. I'm going with my Rams again. Again, the Seahawks have one of the worst defenses in the league. If the Seahawks want to win, Russell Wilson has to be perfect to make up for. And the Rams defense, tell me the Rams defense is not playing 1,000 times better than anyone gave them credit for. Those young guys are stepping to the plate. And Aaron Donald, by the way, this year Aaron Donald is on pace to beat Michael Strahan's sack record.
That's exactly why I'm taking the Rams, because they have the weapon to defeat Russell Wilson, which is Mr. Aaron Donald.
And I can't wait to see Jalen Ramsey get into DK Metcalf's head. DK Metcalf is a man's man, but when it comes to the mental game, he's still a little young in it, and no one gets better at it than Jalen Ramsey.
Probably a throwaway game of the week. 49ers at the Saints.
Saints got all their weapons back. 49ers are getting a bunch of people back as well. I think it'll be a more closely contested game than you're giving it credit for, but I am going with the Saints. Really quick, I'm just curious here.
You want to see the spread on that one?
Yeah, they're favoring the Saints by 9.5 points, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than that.
Next, we have another matchup for the division. We have the Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
After seeing how they were last week, I
don't see the Steelers playing down again to another team.
I don't, but
so I'm gonna take the Steelers on this one.
I'm gonna go with my man Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's gonna break it?
I think Joe Burrow. I think this. I know I called trap game of the week up here. We got another trap game coming your way, and that's the Bengals over the Steelers.
Okay. Next game, we have the Ravens at the Patriots.
Ooh. Not really. Ooh. I got to pick the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens in this game, too. I think they're just the better team overall.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Bengals and Steelers game, they have not released any betting line yet on it. So that means it's going to be a good game.
Then your Monday night matchup.
Monday!
Will be the Vikings and the Bears.
I am going to go with
the Bears.
Got to go with the Bears. Sorry, Vikes, but, dang, I picked a lot of home teams this week. This is going to be the week of
We didn't really go opposite of each other a lot this week either.
No, not this week, but we do have some differences here and there. Like I said, when my man Joe Burrow leads the Bengals to a victory and breaks the Steelers' undefeated record. Because normally, it's that team that no one expects.
You're correct.
They get a little sneaky and creep up on you into the back door there and surprise you.
Yeah. You got anything else? We got football going on.
It's going to be a good week in football. I'm just going to announce this, by the way, because we're sponsoring it. Yes, we are sponsoring it. The All Sports Uncut Weekly Pick'em Pool. This week, we did the first one this last week here, and the winner is Mr. Andrew McManus. So, Andrew, you are the inaugural winner of the All Sports Uncut Pick'em Pool. So, if you want into the Pick'em Pool, you know how to get a hold of us. We will take your picks. You will send me $10, and we will see if you can win.
Or send me $10, either one.
Yeah, or both of us 10 because you like us.
Or 5 and 5.
But other than that, we're just going to keep adding on sports now. We're going to start getting a little more research time in as far as, so all the other sports go, what's going to come up here as far as hockey.
Hockey's coming too. I forget hockey's coming.
With hoops, and then, baseball is going to have their normal time off, so we don't have to stress too much on that notion there. And then, again, we're just going to start covering out, a little more research time, little tidbits of things here and there. Obviously, the NFL is the one thing that we know and love the most, so we're going to spend a lot of time on it.
It's also the big sport going on right now.
Yeah, and then obviously when all the other ones start up, you'll hear us finish blabbing about football.
And guys, if you want us to talk about anything that's going on in sports, if it's boxing, MMA,
cricket,
we try to cover as much as we can. There are things that we do forget. We are both we both can say it now. We're both full-time workers again.
Yeah, I've been working full-time this whole time we've run the show. Adam's, finally joined the full-time working crew. So we are pulling double duty. We're trying to work and provide you guys with good, reliable, solid, views and thoughts and reviews of the week. And, because those sportscasters at ESPN, let me tell you, what qualifies them as the professionals? What do they know? They probably know as much or less than I do. I could do their job.
And you know what? Who else goes up to the job as the Black Power Ranger?
That's right. All right. And also, too, we provide... And same on the other channel with the wrestling portion with Adam and the Champ, right? We try and provide elite level reviews, and not like those jerk-offs at What Culture. They don't know, they're, took us from their elbow there. They couldn't find their way out of an open room if they wanted to. Their reviews are like trying to get through the glass maze built in the goat house. You just can't do it. So,
but guys, also remember, this is us giving us a true raw opinion. I don't cut any of this. I add little sparkly things everywhere, but it is 100%.
Wait, hold on. You're not a magician?
No, I'm not a magician.
I watched those episodes, and I think you're an actual magician because I'm not in here to see.
The Champ said the same thing to me earlier.
Yeah, no, we thought you were like a real magician, man.
No,
that's one of the reasons on your list of why we keep you here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why the Champ has a list of reasons why we're all kept, and one of yours was magician. Now we got to strike it off. It's not looking good for you.
Yeah, I think so. You ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it.
What are you talking about? The Champ provides the publicity for this channel. Champ wasn't here last week, and the show, 1 view.
Shut up.
Show us some love, people.
Alright guys, thank you very much. Hope you have a great... I can't talk. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. Hope you have a great rest of your week. If you got anything else you want us to talk about, you know where to do it. Leave it in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you go ding-a-ling-a-ling so you know every time we make a post coming out here. Don't forget also we have the IG and we do have the TikTok out there.
Yes, the TikTok is going to be coming in very strong. We're going to have some good stuff coming in. And on the Instagram page. We're doing our best, people. We work like 60 hours a week. Cut us some slack. And one of our fans here is my manager. I need more research time. I need more.
You know what? Let's shout out Steve.
Steve! I'm shouting you out. I'm shouting out to my man Steve. He's an avid listener of the show. He's always feeding me things to talk about. Little tidbits in here. So he's doing what we guys want you to do. Give us things to talk about. He's the one who told me about the butt fumble. Said you guys need to talk about that. He always asks me, what are you guys talking about? Talk about this. Steve, you are providing to this show. And when we can, we will probably have you on as a live guest with us, Steve.
One of these days we will.
So until then, everyone be like Steve.
Take it easy, guys. Have a rest of your night.